Good morning, everybody. I wanted to come on here for a minute and to talk to you about something that's going on in my life, in my personal life, that's affected me. Um, and a lot of you are going to think, well, why didn't you go to the VA? Why are you doing, why all this? And by the end of this, you'll know why. So, 2 years ago, 2.5, took a friend of mine and my wife and the young lady he was seeing at the time to Johnson Shut-ins. I forgot how old I was, how big I was, and was playing in the water like a 13-year-old, like the last time I did. Well, I went through one of the shut-ins, or one of the little pools, and banged my elbow. Didn't think anything of it. It hurt like heck. It swelled up, so, uh, but didn't think anything of it. Went in, got it x-rayed, and found out that I had broken a bone spur off in my elbow. Well, long story short, fast forward, um, I gave all of my x-rays and reports and images to my new VA and explained everything on my in processing with my new doctor, exactly what was going on, and nothing was done about it. That's why I left it at, you know, leave the VA out of it. They obviously don't care about it. So when I finally got tired of it, I reached out to my civilian PCP and asked her if she could refer me to a surgeon that could fix the problem. And I ain't gonna name any names, any businesses, so don't worry about that. But I went to see this doctor. Um, Very friendly, but a little unprofessional, if you would say. He had the bedside manner for a children's hospital. Just he liked cracking jokes, and I have no problem with that, but not when it comes to something as serious as what I was dealing with. Uh, I am left-handed by nature. I write, draw, but I do everything else right-handed. Shoot, eat, hold things, work with my tools, everything. It's not ambidextrous, it's called cross-handed. So he went in and did his examination and felt something, did an x-ray, saw it in his own x-ray, and then sent me out for an MRI just to verify. Um, the MRI results came back. I went into his office, we went over the results, and we decided that it was a rice body from my bursa sac. Or he decided, I should say, because there was no mention of a bone spur on the MRI report. None at all. In fact, it stated that there was everything was normal, that nothing was out of place. So after that, he decided that he was just going to do a bursectomy against what he had found, against what he had seen with his own eyes in his office. He went with what the radiologist said, the MRI said, and from his experience. Well, I had the surgery, and the bone spur is still there. The rough edge where the bone spur broke off is rubbing right against some nerves that go all the way down to my fingertips. And if I do too much, even playing on my phone, right? Scrolling or playing my games. Playing my games with my thumb, excuse me, it's a little dirty, I've been working this morning. Playing games, right? Makes my elbow hurt. All the way from my wrist up into my shoulder. And anyway, back on track. I went in, I had fluid drained off of it from my PCP's office. I went back to his office because they said they couldn't drain any more fluid off of it because the bone spur was still there. I went back to his office, made an appointment, went back to the office, and he was able to draw some clear fluid off, but then he wrapped it up really, really tight in a compression bandage and said leave that on there for 2 or 3 days and the swelling will go down. Of course it's going to go down. It's under compression. 3 days later, I took it off and my elbow swelled right back up. The bone spur is still in there. Well, I asked him to please have the MRI reread. To please have it reread. It took me 2 days to get a reply from his office, and that reply was no, he refused to. Now I am connected with a doctor in North Little Rock, an orthopedic, or a surgeon up in Little Rock, and they are willing to go in and fix what this physician didn't. This was the whole reason that broken bone spur was affecting my bursa sac. This broken bone spur was making my elbow swell. Every time it hit that bursa sac, which is what it's designed to do, is take an impact so that the nerves and the tendons and the muscles don't necessarily feel it. That bone spur would make my elbow swell. So I had a bursinectomy for nothing. And now I'm looking at possibly having some nerve damage in my right arm. I don't know what to do. I've reached out to lawyer groups, to whoever I could think of online. But I'm looking at nerve damage. I'm looking at how I used to make a living, how I still enjoy my free time being restricted in what it used to be. Is there anything I can do? I'm asking for help from my YouTube family. You're a huge family. I'm just asking for some advice. That's all I need. And the suck it up buttercup advice ain't gonna cut it, because after everything that I have done in my life, at 49 years old, possibly needing a hip replacement just so that the arthritis doesn't hurt, and my left shoulder is trashed, I'd like to get one thing fixed. One thing that brings me the most peace, or actually I should say the most options for my mind to have some peace. I can't go to the shooting range. I can go, but I'm going to pay for it. I can't go fishing. I can, but I'm going to pay for it. Magnet fishing, going to pay for it. Any of my extracurricular activities that I do to help with my PTSD, I cannot do. None of them without paying for it in the end. And honestly, at 49, I'm too young, I feel, to feel this way. I want to be able to go fishing. I want to be able to get outdoors and travel and make more videos for you guys. But it's hard. With 2 fusions in my spine already, and gripping the steering wheel is a nightmare. Even for 30 minutes, gripping the steering wheel. Just asking for advice. No pity, just advice. I'd like to thank you all for listening, and y'all have a great day.